Alright, what's going on everyone? How you guys doing? Crying Stripper here with a another gameplay review from my stream the other night. So, it's from this past Friday night. This is in the Bourgogne. And a couple of reasons why I'm highlighting. First, really, really good game. Also, just humorously, I think that there has been, at least on my stream every time it comes up, there's been a lot of talk about certain people calling the Bourgogne Power Crept. Or you have to HE spam in the Bourgogne. You don't. And I'm going to prove that here. Granted, this is kind of flippant ideal MM for Bourgogne. Only against a Shima and a Fletcher. We do have a very, very competent sub player here. This is Webster, who is often on my stream, watching the stream every night, and he is against me here tonight in the 2501. And then from a cruiser standpoint, got a couple tier 8 cruisers here. Baird is very, very quick. Albemarle's quick. Encounter and Hindenburg, again, solid cruiser as well. And then battleships, one Alabama, and then a sprinkling of a random tier 9 in here. A Bourgogne, Libertini, and then a Lexington. So early on in this game, I'm going to make a couple mistakes. Which is fine. This was a live gameplay from Twitch. And this was from a Beers and Boats night, and I think I was about halfway into that night. So anywho, couple mistakes here. However, this is going to really, really highlight the fact that the Bourgogne is not Power Crept. It's a fantastic load. Especially in situations where you need to carry. Again, granted, not discounting the MM here. This is really, really fantastic MM. I'm spotted here, so that's either going to be the Fletcher or the Shima. And keep in mind again, guys, the replay bug is still kind of a thing here, at least for my client. So the points are going to be flipped. So what you would normally see from a point standpoint is going to be flipped. That is looking to be a chunky American type smoke in front of me, and I have random AP shells coming in at me. So I'm kind of cutting out. I have a Sherman on my flank. Not really like the best spotting boats over here, I guess the Jutland, but on my flank as well. The Sherman is not necessarily, at least lately, in 2025, most Sherman players aren't like going all in for a cap. The Sherman player plays really well. Unfortunately, gets caught out a little bit. So for me, I need to kind of, take that angle there, and now I'm kind of rotating back and around here, trying to get better angles. I'm currently not spotted, but I'm not 100% sure if I want to push up that flank. Our Jutland goes down to the Shimikaze already, so that man literally played 20 seconds of the game. So that really hurts. So we are already down on points and on ships and on spotting capability on that rear flank, yet alone that rear flank having to deal with Webster. I'm getting shot here by AP in that smoke, and it's low enough caliber AP where it's not going to be like the Alabama or something, because Hindenburg's been spotted on the opposite flank. Iwami, another cruiser, Bourgogne. So yeah, that's leading me to think that that's going to be like the Fletcher. And with that AP coming in, I'm going to say like the Encounter. So, turning out, notice over here, we've got an Alabama coming in here. I'm double fired, not ideal. I'm going to put out that double fire. Again, should never really burn DCP for one fire only, so. But that's actually going to cost me here. So Fletcher is inbound. He's 8-4 away from me. And again, I'm about to make a pretty big mistake here. I hit the reload boost to try to get some shells into the Fletcher there and help out my Sherman. We do a pretty meaty 6k worth of damage plus my secondaries. I ate one set, and I should have initially just turned down here. I didn't. I got greedy. I wanted to hit this Encounter. And I eat another bead, which now puts me on a double flood. Kind of not ideal there. But then I decide, hey, screw this Encounter dude. I'm going to shoot him again. Get a meaty 11k into him. And our Fletcher ends the Blucher over here on my flank, ends the Sherman. And shout out to this Blucher. This Blucher plays a fantastic game. You'll see more of him later. But definitely fantastic, huge game from him. I wait for my D-Tech to go out here, and I realize the encounter is still in his smoke, so I shoot him again when I get a proper angle, and when I'm no longer flooding, get a wonderful 24K salvo into him. I'm angling out here again. I'm now getting shot at by both of these cruisers. My repair is up, so that's handy. However, I'm looking pretty not healthy. So again, my own doing here. I messed up. I knew I should have angled to that Fletcher speeds properly, or better, more gooder. I just did not. And our Shermanator is doing a number over here on the encounter. I'm going to try to help him out a little bit. However, our Sherman is now getting peppered by the elbow marl and the encounter, and unfortunately dies before my shells get a chance to hit him. Our team is definitely hurting. We are down a cap. We are down, well, tied on boats, but definitely down a cap. I take a quick look back to see where that Azumo's at. This elbow marl is kind of peppering me. I still need to heal up here a little bit, so I'm going to hold off on my shell for right now. Kind of debating if I'm going to shoot here. But yeah, I have the island between him and I, so I'm looking to line up a shot. I take it. I get spotted. So that means that there is more than likely something over here that is spotting me. And once you know, the CV pops up here. I want to shoot the CV, however, my lead is going to indicate that I'm not going to really be able to aim for like citadel damage here before he gets behind that island. So I kind of just put lead as far forward as I can before the island gets in the way there, which means that I don't get citadels, but I still do 10k to him. Our team is hemorrhaging points right now. We are down by 143, and we are losing more boats. But now we're going to get into Bourgogne gameplay, and I mean, Power Crept is some of the craziest comments that I've heard about the Bourgogne. There is not going to be another battleship in the game that is capable of doing what I'm going to do here in this game, and we'll point out a couple different reasons. Of course, the speed. So I run my my Bourgogne with Brisk. Also has a speed boost and a reload boost. Pretty solid heal. Okay armor. And what I'm going to do here now, once we cap, I'm looking at the map. Things to keep in mind when playing the Bourgogne is taking advantages of your speed. So I'm going to try to put myself in a position where I can utilize that speed once I pick up this cap, and then get cross shots, because I still have two battleships here, one that's cutting, and this Izumo's heading down. So these guys are probably going to push into that, and of course, because the carrier is there, they're all going to go, hey, juicy carrier, I want to shoot it. So I'm looking for angles, and that's what I'm going to do. Think about shooting the Lexington, but because our team is down so much, I go, hey, you know what, I got to shoot the Baird and get the Baird out of there. Furthermore, the Baird was actually kind of moving slow, which the Baird is a very, very fast cruiser, so I would much rather get him out when I can. Pick up the solo cap there, the Hindenburg shooting me. I hit my speed boost. I'm still spotted by aircraft here. And you're going to see some interesting play from the Hindenburg here. But again, you're going to start seeing the Bourgogne come into its own here, as now I'm able to, even though it is just me up here, well, the Blucher's kiting, but I am going to be able to take advantage of some of this. I hit my reload boost here for the Hindenburg. Not ideal shots, but we've already taken about a quarter of his HP away. Let's see if we can take some more. This isn't going to be the best salvo. Only doing around 5,100 damage. I'm not going to be able to shoot the Hindenburg there. I see the Libertini. Say, you know what, screw it, we ball, and we shoot him blind. Which is going to come in handy there. Hindenburg gets clapped there pretty good, I believe, from the Izumo. Which now, that makes the Hindenburg, pretty close to one shot for me. And we're still looking for shots on him. My Brisk is engaging with my speed boost. So again, there is not another battleship that is going to be able to do what I'm doing in this game at this moment, and 100% what was needed to carry this game. And you can see I'm moving along at 35 at this turn. At certain points, I'm going to be flirting with 40, and still able to get very, very substantial chunk damage here. I know that the Hindenburg's right there. I'm not sure why the Hindenburg didn't just kite me, utilize his turtle back a little bit more, and just decide to come up full broadside when I had already taken away like half of his HP. But in the words of you know, Lieutenant Aldo Rain, we'll oblige him, and we'll take that. And yeah, now looking for shots here. As I mentioned, I've kind of created a bit of a crossfire now. I've got my Zumo here tanking, my Blucher's kiting, and of course these guys are going to try to continue to push into my CV. Shimikaze's been spotted. This is kind of a terrible shot for me. Again, as I mentioned, I was halfway through Beers and Boats night, and it kind of looked to me like he was moving out when really the Libertard was kind of, you know, moving that way. So that's going to be a really bad salvo for me there. I don't think that'll happen again here. But yeah, look at the speed. 40.6 knots there. Bourgogne over here is deciding not to move fast, so we're going to shoot him. Lexington gets taken out. Not ideal. You always kind of want the CV in, even if they aren't, you know, actively doing the most. At least it's still spots and, you know, making the enemy team squirm a little bit. So he then loses his planes there to the Bourgogne. Bourgogne's getting peppered. We're going to put in another meaty salvo in here. I'm holding on to my last reload boost here because I'm thinking to myself, well, the Bourgogne's still kind of angled. He is on fire. I can get a good meaty chunk in there. That's 14k. Again, guys, haven't shot HE once yet. And again, that's one of the arguments that I hear about online about the Bourgogne. Oh, you have to shoot HE in it. Yeah. Have not shot HE once. We're already at 145k. Imagine knowing how to aim. What a wonderful, novel idea. Learning the game. Alright, Webster's on me. Not ideal. So he pings me. I'm going to burn my DCP on his ping. Libertini shooting me. But again, I think the Libertini underestimated my speed there and overshot me, even from 15k away. We pick up my Confederate with that 15k blap, as well as picking up a flood on Webster. We're up to 160k. Now my Blucher over there is... He's doing what he can. He's got a Bourgogne and a Libertini and potentially shimming him. So I applaud him for staying alive and doing what he can here. Gonna put more charges over there on Debster. Bourgogne is shooting me. Bourgogne also then transversely overleads me from 13k away. I'm not gonna overlead him. So yeah, he is not looking too juicy now. And the blue chip finishes that off. I pick up another splash damage and another flood on Mr. Webster over there in his Submarino. That's a huge kill for us there with the Bourgogne. And the blue chip staying alive. Webster pings me again. I see the secondaries coming in over here from the Libertini. So we're going to slow. Again, transversely, Brisk is going to work the same way. You know, that's a direct hit on Webster and a cap defense. And I'm just going to kind of see where that splash was, think that he's leading over, or rather away from the Blucher, and probably towards me. And we put another drop down there. And this Libertini decides to give me absolutely zero respect. We kill Webster there. I burn my last reload boost here. Like 20k the Libertini. He's now 100% in one shot on me. I've got the reload time there. We're going to kill him. I take my heal. And we kill the Libertini. We're up to 4 kills now. Our team is still down on points. So we are still down by 50 points. Again, that is a replay mod, or replay thing that goes on. We're still down by whatever for points. So I'm going to decap and try to pick up the cap. Hey, that was clever. And then continue. It's just the Shima left. Shima was last spotted over by the Blucher. However, I was still spotted there, which means he's kind of rotated down, right? So yeah, trying to look for an area where I can safely cap and be out of line of sight of the Shimikaze.
Torpedoes to port.
And I realize, hey, there's one set of PEDs there. Okay, so Shima has burned through one set of torpedoes. Cool. And again, what you're about to see right here, is the Bourgogne basically taking off like an absolute rocket ship and making it so that I'm going to avoid these incoming beats. I'm going to eat some, but what I'm about to do right here, again, there is not another battleship at tier 10 that can do the things that the Bourgogne could do here. So the man speeded. We shoots them. I look for the peds.
Torpedoes to port.
I go up to full speed. Probably if I would have been full speed there, I wouldn't have ate those. That was just me lagging. And kind of being shocked by the Shima being there that quick right in my face. Going all in. He probably just could have petered away at me and killed me. But yeah, there it is. And then we killed the Shima. For my Kraken, for whatever, 222k, 2 solo caps. Again, cool replay bug, but that was an E badge in the Bourgogne. And we did some work there. So that's 3k base experience in the Bourgogne for a Power Crept boat. But again, this Blucher played very, very well. That would not have been a win without the Blucher. Their Libertini, that's almost 1.8k base for him on a loss, which is tad bit unfortunate. For him, even the Shima played pretty well for that being base XP on a loss. That he played well, and the Bourgogne too. So they had some players that played well, you know, even despite the loss, and still pull off some pretty good numbers here. But we did Bourgogne things. Bourgogne, Power Crept, nah. We hit every ship there, -1. So detailed report, potential damage. And this, by the way, with the Captain perk, you actually get a speed increase. So this was the speed of the Bourgogne without the speed increase. Once you get 2 million potential damage, you actually get a speed increase. You can make the Bourgogne faster than what you saw there from a base. Did some work on everything here. Shot every bolt minus the Iwami. But yeah, Bourgogne, Power Crept, not so much. Do I highly recommend the Bourgogne? Yeah, I would. And I still would. And I try. I don't think you have to. I don't know. Everyone, I get shooting HE in it. I do. I just showed you guys there. I make do without, you know, shooting HE in there. Last week I had a 345k game in it without shooting HE. So again, imagine aiming. Just learn how to aim. Game's not that hard. The boat is not Power Crept. I find it humorous for people that say that it is Power Crept. I would tell you to just learn how to aim. If you want to learn how to aim, you can stop by my stream, Crime Stripper. I'm on most every night, and then on the weekends we have a little bit of a fun time. So stop by if you guys aren't already. That's a 3k base expert badge Bourgogne game, which kind of kickstarted off what was beginning to be kind of a rough evening, and then the evening got really good after that. But again, I just want to say on a personal note, thank you guys all so much for this the past couple months on the stream. Been really, really awesome. Transversely, we went over 2.3k followers on Twitch, so that's awesome. So thank you, everyone. And if you guys want to see more gameplay like that, stop by on Twitch, and yeah, I'll catch you all later. See ya.